everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's been a while since I put a video up, and I put this together actually a while ago, and I just didn't actually put it all completely together, but went through a bunch of flash diffusers, light softeners for both macro and product and even just regular photography. And some of them work better than others. Some of them you can't tell the difference hardly, but I wanted to show you the results of that because I know a lot of people spend a lot of money on flash and light diffusers, and some of them are more effective than others. So let's take a look. Let's go over to the photos. I had this EFS 55 to 250 lens that I hardly ever use on my Canon R7 because it's a very cheap lens and not a very good one, so I kind of use it as a model when I'm doing things like this. And I've got different flash diffusers on this lens as a subject. The first one is the Reflex camera round softbox. You take a look at this. It's a big round diffuser that fits over your flash head. Your flash head points up toward the ceiling and then goes into this diffuser and comes out in a much larger. Obviously the key to softening light is making the light source larger relative to the subject, and this does a really good job of that. So this is a photograph of my lens with this diffuser. You can still see some hot spots here in the center, but not terrible. This is a $10, $11 diffuser on Amazon. It's called the Reflex Camera Round Softbox. Our second subject is just a Stoffen style plastic cap that came with my Godox V480 flash. Little piece of plastic fits on the end of the flash, and there's not much else to it. It doesn't do a great job at softening. It does diffuse just a little bit. It kind of sends the light in all directions. And here's an example of the flash against the subject lens that I was taking a photo of. Our third subject is Enhance Camera Light Diffuser. This is a small little box. I don't know, it's about 2 or 3 inches by 2 or 3 inches. Fits on top of your flash just like the rest of these do. It's very similar to the Velo mini softbox, which I've seen YouTube videos about, but I don't see them in stock anywhere now. I don't know if they still make these or not. This is the Enhance brand, and it's very similar to it. It's $14.99 on Amazon, and getting a real similar look on the lens here if we were doing a product photography, like to sell this lens or whatever. Our next diffuser is kind of an expensive one. It's the Mag Bounce. Magnet goes around the end of your flash, and then this goes onto the magnet. It's easy to attach and detach if you need it on or off, for you say you're at a wedding reception or something like that and going back and forth with and without flash. It's very handy for that. It's also very expensive. It's $59.95. It's called the Mag Bounce 2. It's their second generation. And this Mag Bounce does a really good job when you're farther away and taking a picture of like a group of people. Nice soft light, nice diffused light, but I'm not seeing much benefit for product photography here. You can compare the previous photos, rewind and pause if you want to, but this is the Mag Bounce 2 taking a picture of my 55 to 250 $80 EFS lens. Another product from the same people, the Mag folks, this is the Mag Sphere. And it is similar to the Mag Bounce. It fits onto the magnet. Very strong magnet. It's not going to fall off. That's not something to worry about. But the Mag Sphere does a better job, I think, when you're pointing it up to the ceiling and using it as a bounce flash. But using it as a diffuser for product photography, again, I'm not seeing much difference. It's $60 as well. If I was a product photographer exclusively, there's no way I would spend $60 on that. If I was going to use it for events and weddings and things like that, then that's a different story. Got the Godox ML CD15, which is probably one of my favorite diffusers. It's easy to put on. It clamps onto the end of your speed light. It's a big ball, a big dome. It does a good job of diffusing. However, again, for product photography, these are all using the same settings, by the way. TTL in the flash, the Godox V480. So I haven't changed anything, and they look a lot alike. So if you're going to use this Godox dome for macro or for product photography, it's no more effective than some of these cheaper ones we're going to go through. Again, different story for event, portraits, things like that. The second one is the Godox MLCD15, but inverted. And you look at this picture. It's a silicone ball, and you can push the end down, or the center down inside, basically make it like a round disc. And it's a little bit more effective for a lot of things, but still pretty harsh light for macro and product. Does a real good job, like I said, portraits, events, things like that. The Waka Flash Diffuser Reflector is looks like this. It's a big white sheet, velcros around the end of your speed light. You use it vertically. You point your speed light up, and then the light's supposed to reflect off this reflector here, and still pretty harsh for product photography. Again, it's good. It'd be great. I see a lot of people at weddings with these, actually, and they do a good job for that. Got the smaller Waka diffuser. It came in the same package as that, as the reflector. For $14.99, you get the big reflector, and then you get this little reflector that you can just strap on the end. And honestly, it does as good a job as any of these. You can buy it solo for, I don't know, $7 or $8 on Amazon. The Pulas, however you say that, flash diffuser. It's a mini octabox. Looks like this. It looks like it would be a great diffuser. Maybe create some soft light. But it looks the same on product photography with TTL settings. Cyrank Round Beauty Dish Softbox. This is a 40 centimeter diffuser. It's a larger version of the 30 centimeter Reflex that we talked about in the beginning. And it is similar to it, similar results. It's $11. This is the Angler PSFD 100 Portable Speedlight Flash Diffuser. This is $10 on Amazon, and this is the original macro diffuser that everybody used. Michael Waddell and all the macro YouTube photographers that do macro videos. This was what they originally used, and it does a fine job for macro. Still some harsh light, but for $9.99, that's probably the direction I would be going if I was getting into product photography. Here we got the Triopo Magdome diffuser. Another pretty popular one. Not real impressed with it. It's $27.99. It's magnetic, similar to the Magmods. Not nearly as expensive. It clamps on a lot like the Godox dome clamps on, but this you can remove the dome. You can put a honeycomb grid. You can put gels inside. It's handy. Not perfect for product photography. Probably does a fine job for portraits and things like that. This is the Bituball Softbox Macro Diffuser. This is a generic version of the popular AK type diffusers that run over $100. AKs, I think, are made in Florida. Similar also to the Cygnus Tech, which is made in, I believe, Australia. And it does a very similar job, I think. And it's $76.99. I believe I picked this up on Amazon as well. And it's similar to the rest of these. Again, it does a little bit better job for macro, for small bugs and things like that. Not so great for product photography. You still got a big hot spot there right above the 55 and the 250 or 55 and 70. Not sure it's worth that for product photography. Well worth it, I believe, if you're going to be going outdoors in the nice weather and photographing, you know, insects and things like that. How about this? How about a free option? No modifier. This is just the Godox V480 flash bounced off of my white ceiling. Look at that. Talk about diffused light. My ceiling makes a great modifier. I'll sell it to you real cheap. No, you don't need a modifier always. That's kind of the purpose of this video. I've spent so much money on these modifiers on Amazon and on AliExpress and places. And if you've got a white ceiling, if you're not outside, if you're inside with a white ceiling and kind of controlled environment, this is the way to go. Bounced light looks beautiful. Got one more that I purchased. It's $27. It's a 9.7 inch softbox. It's Altura Flash Diffuser softbox. And here's a look at it. Similar kind of to the Octabox from earlier, except it's a square. It's a little bit bigger. Does a good job. Still some hot spots. Not as good as bouncing it off the ceiling. If I was going to get started in macro or product, I would probably pick something like this up. Either this or the really cheap Waka diffuser, which is similar to the Angler. Probably go with the Angler. It's the best value for what you get. This Angler will work for portraits. It'll work for group shots indoors. It'll work for product photography. And again, first choice would be to bounce your flash off of a white ceiling or a white wall if you've got that option. I would only bring these diffusers out if you are in an area where that is not an option. So I'm not a professional photographer. I'd like to be someday when I retire from my real job. But I love photography. I love videography. I love all the bells and whistles. I'm kind of a gear freak. I get the gear acquisition syndrome on occasion. So hope that's helpful to you. I think the results here, the two best options are reflecting it off of a white wall or a white ceiling. That's your best option. It's always going to be your best option. And if you do need a diffuser, check out that either the $9 or the $15, the Waka or the Angler diffuser. Those might not look as great as some of these others, like the $76 AK diffuser copy, but they do just as good a job. Hope that's helpful to you. If you have any questions I can answer, leave them down below. All of these are linked up down in the description if you want to check out any of these diffusers. If you do purchase from one of our links, it's an affiliate link. It doesn't cost you any more. It gives us like a minute percentage of the purchase price to help us build this channel up in the future. Appreciate all the help and support. Appreciate you viewing it, and we'll see you on the next video.